This is the Daily Dose. And that's Robert, and I'm Susan, and we are deep in a conversation about the hero's journey. I had this thought today. Here, one of the things that happens when you do this is you hear yourself, you learn to hear yourself, and you have the experience of others hearing you. And I went like Harry Belafonte, hero.
I did not see that coming. Oh my gosh, you got me on that one. That
No.
was funny. Hero, hero.
Hero. Hero. It's a whole nother definition of the word hero. That's
That's
my
awesome.
elixir. That is my elixir. I can do that. I have that little elixir.
The vial of goods. And just quick framework in case you're catching up and like, what is this? Go to the
These
website,
are crazy. What are
exercise.com.
we
Click on
talking
the
about?
A1 tab. You'll see that map that Susan's talking about, all the background. This is the 12th step of the journey. This is when the hero has done what he or she needs to do and is receiving the ultimate boon, returning to the ordinary world where he or she began with the newfound experience and confidence to heal not only him or herself, but the world at large. That's the power of the hero claiming his or her power.
Which we can do when we face whatever's in that cave, whatever that, fear is, or that old story is, or you can't keep it. You can't keep it in. It's
Right.
gonna have an effect on you.
Well, and here's the thing that most people, like you say at the beginning, in their ordinary world, don't even recognize there's an adventure to be had, right?
Yeah.
That there is that call to adventure. And how many people refuse the call, don't even hear it, don't acknowledge it, and stop there, right?
Well,
That
the world that we share is Parkinson's. I don't think anybody wants to think of that as an adventure. I mean, that adventure has a bit of a, fun, positive component to it, and you did that though. You gave us that opportunity.
well, what
You did.
happens? What happens if we do look at Parkinson's not as a great thing, but as an opportunity, as opposed to a burden? And yes, and it's both, right? Yes, it's a burden and it's an opportunity, right?
Mhm.
Not to be Pollyanna about it. Go, no, everything's great. That's not what we're trying to do here.
No.
We're going to be truthful about it. The truth is there's no cure, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And the truth about life is we're all going to die.
Mhm.
So if this puts some immediacy on the daily efforts, today's the day.
Mhm.
And there are lots of stories of people saying, oh yeah, I do need to do those things because time is not limitless. I'm
Because
not
right, yeah, I don't have necessarily the time or the quality of life or the ability to do the things that,
therefore
if I.
today's the day. And what happens when we start saying yes and doors start opening, adventures, things that we never believed we could do, we can start doing. And that not only heals us again, that heals and inspires others who go, you do that? You're capable of that? And you go, yes, and
Mhm.
that's the point. I mean, going on the hero's journey, why do it? You tell me.
So that you continue the next morning, the next day,
Yeah.
with what you've gained. If it's strength, if it's confidence, if it's a sense of humor, if it's willingness to play in a different way, if it's friends, it's courage, you get to carry that because there is going to be a next day.
Yep.
The sun's going to, rise in the morning.
Yep.
And if you get to rise up with a special elixir that would allow you to say something like I did a minute ago, you did the new way of hearing hero. Wow, how awesome is that?
Yeah.
To,
One
to
thing
have
leads to another.
gifts. Wow.
And so important that you say too, because like the hero goes through the journey and then returns, and guess what? Continues. And circles overlap and intertwine, and the hero's journey is eternal.
It is eternal.
And
Tomorrow
that
is another day, as Mrs. Scarlett said.
and that eternal is your daily dose.
Tomorrow, yes.